Hello friends, this is Nodejs Chat Application tutorial series with MongoDB Database. And in this part, we will learn how to update or save user profile data in MongoDB Database. In previous part, we have already make fetch API request for send profile form data to server. Now in this part, we will update or save user profile form data in MongoDB Database under this chat application. So for this, we have goes to server file, and under this, we have goes to setting routes. And under this, first we want to validate profile form data, so we have goes to user model file. And here, we have to create another schema for validate user profile form data, so here we have to write constant variable with named update user validation schema is equal to jo.object function. This function is provided by JValidation library for JavaScript, and it creates a schema object to validate JavaScript objects. So here, first name key in the object being validated and representing the first name field. Jo.string method, which specifies that the value of first name should be a string. And minimum method specifies that the length of the first name string must be at least 1 character long. So this is validation rules for first name field, and now we have write validation rules for last name field. So here, in last name key, in the object being validated and representing the last name field, Jo.string method specifies that the value of last name should be a string. And minimum method specifies that the length of the last name string must be at least 1 character long. Now for email field validation, so here, in email key, in the object being validated and representing the email field, this Jo.string method specifies that the value of email should be a string. Email method specifies that string should be a validation email address format. After this, we have to write or function, and under this, we have to write 3 field name like first name, last name and email, and after this, we have to write unknown method with true as parameter. So here, our profile form data validation schema is ready. Now we have goes to this export statement, and here, we have to write update user validation schema name. So now this schema, we can use in another file, so now we have goes to server file. And here in header code, we have add update user validation schema, so now this schema, we can use under this file. So now here, we have to write constant validation result variable is equal to update user validation schema dot validate method with 2 parameter. In first parameter, we have to write request dot body, and in second parameter, we have to write open and close bracket, and between this, we have to write abort early key and false as value. So this code will validate profile form data, and now we want to check that any validation error has been occur or not. So for this, we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write validation result dot error, so this condition will check if there is any validation error has been occur or not. If there is any validation error occur, then it will execute if block of code. And now for handle validation errors, so here, we have to write constant validation errors variable is equal to validation result dot error dot details dot map function, and under condition, we have to write error arrow error dot message, so this code will fetch validation error and store under this validation errors variable in an array format. Now we want to send response with the array of validation errors, so here we have to write response.status function with 400 status code, and after this, we have to write JSON function, and under this, we have to write errors key with validation errors variable. So it will send validation error to client in JSON format. But suppose there is no any validation error occur, then it will execute else block of code. Here, we have to write constant user ID variable is equal to request.params.id, so it will fetch ID from URL and store under this local variable. Now we want to fetch user data from the database, so here, we have to write constant user variable is equal to await keyword with user.findById function. And under this function, we have to write user ID variable, so it will fetch user data from database. Now we want to update existing data of user, so here, we have to write user.firstname variable is equal to request.body.firstname variable, so it will update first name field data. After this for update last name field data, so here, we have to write user.lastname is equal to request.body.lastname variable. Next for edit email field data, so here, we have to write user.email variable is equal to request.body.email variable. After this, for update user image data, so here, we have to write user image variable is equal to request.body.hiddenImage variable. So here, we have store previously uploaded image name under this local variable. Now we want to check user has select new profile image or not, so here, we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write request.field.filename variable. If user has select new profile image, then it will execute if block of code, and here, we have to write user image variable is equal to request.file.filename. So this name has been get from handle file upload middleware, and this value, we have store under this local variable. And now for update user image data, so here we have to write user.image is equal to user image variable. So here, we have update data under this user object. Now for update this data in MongoDB Database. So here, we have to write await keyword with user.save method, so it will save this data into MongoDB Database. After this, we want to send success response to the client, so here, we have to write response.status function with 200 status code, and after this, we have to write JSON function, and under this, in first key, we have to write message with data save success message. In second key, we have to write image, and in value, we have to write user image variable. And in third key, we have to write name, and in value, we have to write user.firstname. So it will send this data to client in JSON format, which will be displayed on web page. So here, our code is ready. Now we want to check output, so we have goes to terminal window. And here, we have to run node server.js command, which will start node development server. So friends, here we have already logged into this chat application, and here on web page, we can see that user profile image, user name, setting button, and logout button. Now we have click on setting button, so here on web page, we can see that setting form has been appear on web page. Now we want to change user first name details, so here we have changed this details. And after this, we have click on save button, so after click on this button, here we can see success message on web page. And here, below profile image, we can see that updated first name has been changed here also. Now again we have select new profile image from local computer. And now, we have click on submit button, so here on web page, we can see success message on web page. And here also, we can see that user profile image has been changed, which we can see in here. So in this part, we have learned how to update user profile form data under MongoDB Database. In next part, we will start creating chat application, and first we will make one search box for search new user for send chat request, so we will be meet in next part.